All right. What's up, you stupid idiots? Welcome back to the Sunbeam stream here, where I try not to get fried every day and then regret not putting on sunscreen and then wonder why I look old. Um, we are gonna talk about the first ever All 22 draft. We'll just do an overview of how my team landed. Then we're gonna talk about my second ever All 22 draft and the shit show that became really quickly. And then we're gonna look at my strategy for my third ever All 22 draft. And I'll start by saying this. Once you go on auto in All 22, it's it just keeps you like once you time out a pick, it just puts you on auto and then you're just on auto until you remember to look again. Which if you're like me and work a 9 to 5, even though I'm on a computer all day for my 9 to 5, I'm in meetings that require 100% of my attention because, not to brag, I'm kind of a big deal at work. And no, I'm not. But listen, PFF, just hire me, okay? Just do it. But I did my second draft. I accidentally autoed like 4 or 5 of my first picks, and like those are the highest capital picks to have auto. And we'll talk about how that went down. And then you know, I had some folks trying to guess what was back behind me. You just saw the guitar pop up for a second. Oh, how do I get this shit? But there's something else over there. People are like, "What is that?" I'll let you guess in the comments. Thank you for the positive feedback on Twitter. I've had folks tell me this is both very helpful and also just making it harder because they have to think about their strategy more than they realized. And I appreciate that because yes, exactly. And, caveat here being number one, I don't work for PFF. I'm just a homie using the platform. Number two, I have no clue if any of my strategies are going to play out because I've never completed a season on this platform. And number three, man, we're gonna keep current throughout the season and just see how this shit goes, and hopefully we can learn stuff together. I'm always down for thoughts, feedback, strategy, comments, and shit in the chat because I'm also trying to think about it in different ways. And something I learned from the second draft I'm in is that, my draft going into my strategy going into my first draft and looking at how the board fell, I was pretty critical of certain picks that in retrospect I actually really like. And I understand why dudes or homies, people, folks, I don't know who's what, made certain decisions basically. So, pretty exciting stuff. Pretty exciting to learn. I love learning. And here we go. Another thing we're going to talk about right now is this bug that man, this sun is fucking intense. Man, I can't even lean in. Um, we're going to talk about a bug that I found that will impact the way you do your rankings. I called it out on Twitter and PFF commented and was like, if you have another bug, just DM us. All 22 dudes, listen. I get why you're saying that because you don't want bad press for your platform. But when I tell you that I couldn't find anyone else commenting on this particular issue, right? The issue was reported recently by a user in our DMs. We're aware of the issue. We've identified the root cause and we're working through a fix. If any other issues are found, please feel free to message us directly. Thank you. I, cool. I get this is great cam response and everything. I get what you're trying to do of saying like, "Yep, we see it, we're responding." I'm not talking shit. I'm literally not talking shit. I'm trying to tell other users of the platform that look at your rankings a little closer because this bug impacted my rankings and I'm in live drafts right now. So like this shit is impacting me and the way I think about it. So like people need to know. I couldn't find nothing. No one else was saying shit. So I'll just show y'all what I tweeted and feel free to give me a follow. This is my sports account, underscore money ballers. If you want to follow me on main, I'm BUX underscore wild. That account's a little more cloudy, if we're being honest here. Mildly confused Aura baby, because I'm looking for a new job. So don't be putting my first and last into into my profiles anymore. Um, but yeah, this is my cloudy account if you care. But if I forfeit matters, listen. Um, so here, let me show you the bug I found because I basically I quote tweeted this to let them know that even though you're responding, it actually impacts like if you're using the season all 22 score to filter your players for selection, it's not gonna be fully accurate. So you have to like do more than just filter. Like you actually have to. It's like it adds a le layer of complexity. This is not my full-time job. Like I really wish it was. I wish I had all day to sit around ranking safeties and fully dive. I wish I could just watch their tape and make decisions. Like I wish I had that. I don't have that. This platform is already involved enough as it is. So it adds just another layer of complexity that I can't use the filters appropriately. So I totally understand. Like, and look, all 22 dudes, I bet they get a lot of flack. I bet they're used to being defensive because people have a lot of shit to say about PFF. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying, look, if you're using this platform, you need to think about this particular bug. All right. So basically, this kind of started coming up in some of my other streams, and I finally was able to nail it down and get some screenshots. So I was like, I'm a little confused about what's happening for Matthias Farley on all 22. He's getting 0 points on some of the weeks and not on others. The snap count is 30 minimum regardless, so the inconsistency doesn't make sense. And if we check it out, what I was seeing was, he'll have weeks where he's got 19 snaps, but he's getting a 2.3. So his score came out as 60. He's getting the score in his A22 score column. Next week, 26 snaps, 2.3. Now, safeties do not have the option. There's no safety three. So there's no, with your defensive interior three, linebacker three, and cornerback three, it's times 1.28. So really for a safety, technically they shouldn't be getting scored out unless they hit their 30 snaps, I guess. But it's not consistent across the site because there's some dudes that even if they don't hit their snap min, they're getting scores that are contributing to their all 22 score. And there's other times it's not. So for a safety, it needs to be decided. Like we know the snap min for a safety is 30. So are we gonna add to their all 22 score if they don't hit 30 or not? It's only 30 for a safety. That's it. So you see him get 19 snaps, multiply it for his 60 grade, get 2.3, even though he didn't hit the snap min. Same thing here with 26 snaps. And then we see he hits 20 snaps. He absolutely played. He actually looks like scored pretty high this week. I think. I'm not really sure what to make of this to an extent. And doesn't get any points for that. Okay, that's one more snap than he had his first week where he did get points. Same thing here with 28 snaps, no points, even though it looks like his score was relatively higher. I can't actually tell, like, based on how this is. Um, again, 28 no score, 20 no score, 22 no score, 58 he does go ahead and get the score, but 25 no score, 23 no score, 24, 21, then 26 he randomly does go ahead and get a score. On his bye week here, no score. 18 he gets a score. Okay. 16 no score. 19 he gets a score. 22 he gets a score. 20 he doesn't. So this impacts his total. Because if you go to filter by this dude, like he's ranking really low, but then his PFF grade for the year is like relatively high because they only really kind of took these. It just, it's not consistent. Okay. So I started doing a little more digging into the safeties. Something super similar happened for Armani Watts. He actually has a score and a high one on that on his bye week. Okay, 31 snaps on his bye week, bro. He didn't play 31 snaps on his bye week unless he was in his backyard with his kids. Like, so this 3.3 grade for Armani Watts on his bye week absolutely messes with his overall grade and messes with the way you're gonna sort him in the platform, right? Even if I just go right here and look at my free agents that are available, sort them by their season grade, you're gonna see these dude. This is why I was trying to pick up a safety. I was dropping John Bates to pick up a safety because I realized the safeties I picked up might not actually have the scores I thought they did. So Xavier McKinney, all these dudes I rated highly based on their season grade, based on their season all 22 score, kind of don't really have the score I thought they did. And it doesn't help when you have shit like this. He's getting 3.3 on his bye week, bro. And then similar inconsistency, 16 snaps, he gets a score. But 16 snaps down here in week 6, he's no score. So it's messing with his totals. How do you get 3.3 Like I just don't understand, and it's messing with my rankings. Just to show you a couple more examples, and they said they're aware and they're working on it. But you need to know this as a user of the platform because this shit does impact the way you think about this shit. All right. This dude is rated high all these weeks. He has a score every week, unlike other dudes. But look, he didn't hit his 30 here. He only hit 26. So why the heck he got a score? 22, he didn't hit his 30 there. He got a low ass score. 19, he gets a score. 22, he gets a score. So it's Eric Rowe. Maybe he actually should. Maybe Eric Rowe should have jumped up my board because on the weeks he's hitting his snapman, he's actually scoring high. But he's getting scored for weeks he didn't hit his snapman. As a safety, you have to hit 30. So you need to be aware of this issue. You have him getting a 3 point, like, because I was looking at these going like, okay, what's his ceiling? 3.4. Not when you dig into it. He only played 28 snaps. He's not going to get this. 3.3. He only played 15 snaps. He's not going to get that 3 points. He's not going to get those. So you have to know and you have to like really keep this in mind. All right. And it sucks because this is not our full-time job. We can't be sitting there really ranking out all these players and like really looking into um every like we need to be able to use filters on the platform. I think they get it. I'm not saying they don't, but I just kind of was like a little resentful of this canned ass response of like, we are aware of the issue. If you see another one, DM us. It's like, bro, I'm not gonna DM you. There's users being impacted live, like real time. Look at Camryn Bynum. Like he honestly rated pretty high anytime he was playing, for a rookie. Like I think he was a rookie last year, 20 21. Yeah. So I don't know, like a minute and then he gets this week down here. But he's not, yeah. So the other thing I called out here, did he really get 105 snaps in week 10? Are we serious with that? Can someone please look? I feel like I spent too much time investigating this already. So someone else tell me, did this dude play 105? Were there even 105 snaps in this game? What game was this? How many snaps? Vikings, Ravens, week 9. Let's see. Internet's a crazy place. Snap count analysis. Oof. Dramatic comeback. What's his name? Camryn Bynum. 40 snaps. Riveting stuff here, folks. But Marquise Brown, no, 116. 80 snaps for Marquise Brown. Do they not tell you the total? I need to know the total number of snaps played, dead ass. Because I need to know if it's at all possible this dude. Anthony Averett will also fare well on his 49 snaps. 25 snaps. There's no way he got 105 snaps. Like I don't even know what the average number of snaps for a game is, but I feel like there's no freaking way. There's just no way. You can't play 105 snaps. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's not accurate. But another little thing to pay attention to, like you open this dude's card, you see this high score, you're like, oh, dip. You might be better than I thought. And then you're like, 105 snaps, the fuck? So you gotta know this. You gotta know this. I think they will sort it, but you're drafted now. So okay with the DM shit. Like I work in tech. Like sometimes users just need to know what the reality is. Like I accept the reality. I just need to work around it. Um, so again, you see, and like the scores on a bye week really freak me out. Because it's like, what kind of bug would cause that? It does it mean that score should have been in for a different week? Who was it that had it? Because it's kind of inconsistent too. Like, is this score really his from a different week, or like, like I can't really tell like to what extent that's a bug. Is it just a fully somebody else's score went onto his card, or like is it a weird conglomeration of other? So that's something to really pay attention to. All right, before I give you the overcap. Hey, what's up, you stupid idiots? Before I give you the overview, well, I'm on the clock, boys, of my old team, I wanted to check my current team that's drafting, and I've realized now that I still have Cameron Bynum ranked high for his age, and really probably shouldn't. See, and now I have to look in on all these safeties and make sure they're not getting scores for shit they shouldn't be. He's hitting his snap man every week, and his scores are consistent. Smashing the draft there on Adrian Phillips. I'm excited to show you how this league is playing out, but I'm also, this is the league that autoed a first couple picks. So, and it's flying. Look, we're in round 41. This shit started on Tuesday, bro. Like, I don't even know. I think it started Wednesday. This shit's, man, they've been yelling at me like, oh, well, I've been able to set my queue. It's like, if you want this draft to be only 30 minutes a pick, you can change it. And then they were like coming at me like, you're not understanding the joke. It's like, bro, I'm literally a fucking comedian. That's just not a joke. I work a full-time job. I gotta support my wife. She has a business. Like, but for that, I'm just fucking with you. She don't need my support really. But I feel like if she watches, she's gonna be like, you don't need to support me. Shut the fuck up. Like, you are a bad bitch. My bad. She really is though. What a baddie. All right. This is this is the section of the show where I just brag about my wife. Mm. Okay, we started another new draft. There's the third one. I'm gonna try not to auto. I already autoed to Miles Garrett, but I set my queue specifically to do that because it's going Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert in some order. I knew that was gonna happen. And then I'm sitting there like I've seen Kyler fall, I've seen Russell fall, I've seen these dudes fall and fall. Dak, I've seen fall. I mean, and I'm not reaching on a quarterback for this draft. So I went and I took Miles Garrett. And what do you know? Hey, what do you say? What do you know? Max Crosby goes right after him. So I set up my queue specifically to target in this draft. This is my third different strategy to target these high impact players to their position. And we're just gonna do it like that. We're gonna do it like that and see what happens. So I'm gonna load up these high rated edge. I'm gonna load up a high rated everything before I even come down and grab a quarterback. And to be honest, I might just punt the shit out of it. Because in my second draft, I still was able to get Mac Jones, and he was still my QB3, but in a different order this time. So Mac Jones fell to me in like the freaking 39th round. It's like, dude, come on. All right, here's the draft that's complete, that you've been along on the journey for me. Somewhere at some point in this video will be a link to the playlist that walks through from start to finish. You can hear me overthink the shit out of every pick, which in the second draft I didn't have time to do. So it's been and I've definitely actually learned from having a faster draft. I've learned some shit, adjusting the way I think about things. Um, but here's how it fleshed out. Let's do it. The big reveal. All right. Can I zoom in here? Bro, tell me why I just found out today that Tretter is not on an active team right now. Like the newsfeed shit need to get fixed. And I got fucking I hope Ben Jones is on the team. I don't fucking know shit about centers. Um, all right, but I do love the interface. You know, I've really been loving it. So here we go. For my offense, I'm starting Tom Brady. My running backs, I'm doing a two running back formation. Reason being, Um, running backs are highly rated and yeah, they go down and everything, but if as long as they hit their snap count will be good. Plus, highly rated as in their PFF scores can the ones I have anyway, they have high PFF scores. And I have a like good depth. And then ultimately the if you whatever your RB2 is, or if you do a wide receiver three or a tight end two, they're still gonna get only multiplied by 1.82%. It doesn't matter what position you do for your formation, whatever that um third one is, RB2, it doesn't matter. It's still 1.82. So my thinking is I'm gonna go ahead and um should a tight end go down? Um, My a tight end one is 3.39. Actually, that is less than running back. So maybe I should do. Ooh, I'm about to talk myself out of this right live. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is I'm not gonna do a wide receiver three formation because if a wide receiver goes down and doesn't hit their snap, I want my wide receiver three to go ahead and get that high. I want them to get that 5.25. If you're doing a three wide receiver and somebody goes down, your wide receiver four is it like so I think to me it's an advantage. If a player goes down, the next man is up to get multiplied by 5.25. So you don't want to go too deep in your depth chart from my perspective. And I didn't draft it that way for wide receivers to where I have enough depth where I feel like, you know, granted I have Amon-Ra sitting there, he would be my three. So I took him for the youth. So I'm doing a two running back. I might have just talked myself into two tight end, but I didn't draft it the right way to do that, really. I don't know. I gotta wait to see where Alberto ends up at. We'll get to my depth in a second. So Damon Harris, highly rated dude. AJ Dillon, highly rated dude. Devontae Adams, my wide receiver one. Right now I have St. Brown, Amon-Ra in as my wide receiver two, considering putting Mike Williams in instead, but oh, maybe I should because of who they're playing. I need to do some research on these two team secondaries to decide um who's actually gonna start for my wide receiver because it could go either way. Then for my O line, I gotta do I don't know what. All right, yeah, Lane Johnson and Rob Havenstein. Felt really confident about those choices. Got Havenstein really late. Hope everybody is actually starting. Shit. Comment if that's not true. Hope you're seeing this screen still. Ben Jones instead of JC Tretter because fucking I don't know shit about centers. Um, looks like I'm starting Kappa at guard, which I didn't think I was doing. Yes, but I am doing that. And Brandon Scherf. I got John Runyon there as well. And I don't know if he's gonna. I just need to do some research to see if he's even gonna play. Because honestly, if he's not gonna play, I'm gonna just drop him, pick up somebody else at guard. All right. And my starting defense, I'm doing a 3-4 right now, but I don't know if that's gonna stay. Oh yeah, I got McPherson too. Ding. Hype about that. And I'm gonna start Brady. I have Dak. If Brady is, I don't even know what the fuck, but if Brady plays, he's obviously gonna score high. It's freaking Tom Brady. Um, and then I'm not gonna start Mac against that. Mac's gonna be my QB3. He's my youth piece, but we'll see. I mean, halfway through the season, he could surpass these two dudes PFF grade wise, and I wouldn't be that surprised. All right, my defense here. I grab Cook as my punter. So exhilarating. What a great thing to talk about. Uh, Stephon Gilmore, Hilton for my cornerback positions, and we'll see what happens with AJ Green. But I think I'm pretty excited to. I gotta watch the preseason, see where he ends up. For my edge, I'm starting Von Miller, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna start Lawrence. It just depends. I did end up getting Leonard Floyd, so I'm hype about that. Like pretty late too. And then I decided to go with the three defensive interior. So my dude, I forgot what I was calling him. My dude Zach or some shit, who's like gets highly underrated. And then Calais Campbell, old, highly rated dude. That's all I need. And then Anyamata will be my only 1.28% multiplier. But I just got to see how he does in week one because he was crushing it last year. I might switch those two. Let's do that shit. Yeah, let's do that shit. All right. I'm tempted to put Zach as my three. Um, my boy Zach, what I call him again? My dude Zach. He's hitting the snap moves every week. He just needs 25. So, and yeah. So the only thing is, if for some weird reason two of these dudes go down, that's it. Like I have Javon Hargrave and that's it. Um, so that's to an extent something like I have five cornerbacks. I don't think they'll hit their snap in. So all right, sorry, focusing in. Linebacker. I could also do three linebackers. I'm gonna start Josie Jewell and Devontae Campbell. I want to see how Mac Wilson does. I got Aziz. I think is gonna step way up this year, probably better than David Long, but I'm gonna do like this for week one unless something changes. Hype about that. And then for safeties, I'm gonna pick up somebody. I had a tight end three. I just dropped him and it won't let me add a new player, but I had John Bates, because I thought I was gonna do a two tight end sets, and then I was like, I don't need four tight ends. I probably need depth at guard, and my plan is to pick up somebody else at safety because I'm a little worried about Jalen Thompson. I feel like the Cardinals are a shit show right now. So I don't know to what extent I'm confident in my Xavier McKinney pick right now. I just I just don't know. So we'll see. Um, I feel like this was like a low-key steal where I got him. Because he's gonna hit the snapmans, he's gonna be somewhat consistent, and then I don't fucking know. This feels like a crapshoot. Yeah. If you're just listening, I'm talking shit about Jalen Thompson. He's 24. It was a good choice for age and depth. So I don't regret it. I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to start him. And then obviously Adrian Phillips, I just grabbed him in that other draft, so I feel really confident in him. I don't care about his age this year. I want to win now. So I'm going with a 3-4. If I were to change anything, I don't think for cornerback, I'm gonna start Stephon Gilmore. I'm pretty sure, unless something happens in the preseason. But I feel pretty confident with DJ Reed as a CB3. The only reason, I mean, you're seeing the score for AJ Green, you're like, well, why isn't he third? Well, he's not really hitting his snap mins. I guess if I wanted to start three cornerbacks, he would only have to hit 20 snaps. He's not even really doing that consistently. And here he is getting 21 and gets a zero. This shit is irksome because he should really score out for this week because he's a cornerback and they can get a score with 20. And then he gets a score with 20 here. So it is like it will mess with your shit. I'm sorting by this and I'm like he's got this 86.2 rating. Now you looking deeper, you're like, why the fuck did I pick this guy? Because I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to use him, period. We'll see. He might end up getting dropped, but let's just look at Isaiah Rodgers now that I'm depressing the shit out of myself. He got scores for a bunch of weeks where he didn't hit his mins, but when he did, he's scoring out pretty well. Like, see this, he gets a score for this. All right, you know what? Let's start Rodgers over AJ Green. And Green is a cut candidate for me should I have a need at another position. I bet there's some good cornerback depth. I bet there's definitely cornerback depth for me if I wanted to drop. Oh, that was the other thing. I was able to successfully drop a player, but not add a player, which is kind of a bummer. I was thinking about adding Camryn Bynum, but upon what we just re-jumped into, it's like I can't even really tell what his scores are. So he didn't even get a score for these weeks, but he did play. I can't believe this 105 snaps. That shit is wild. That fucked with his whole numbers. Cause then it has him here at 440 snaps. There's no fucking way. Uh, all right. I'm gonna avoid this dude. I'm not gonna pick him up. I don't care that he's young. I'm just gonna avoid him. Maybe I'll grab Cisco for a depth piece. You know what? I should do that. Okay, so I did drop somebody and free up some space. Do I want this mess? No, I don't want it. I don't want it, bro. I don't know. I was thinking about picking up somebody for depth at safety, and now that's how I found the bug was just digging and being like, hold on a second. This isn't making no sense. Let's just do one hard refresh, Shift Command R, and see if they've deployed a fix, and I just gotta clear my cache. All right, so we're looking at we had a bug with him with the score on the bye week. Nope, still there. Bummer. Bummer, man. I don't know. I guess the other thing to show, and we'll just grab Lyric Girl because I'm hitting add, nothing's happening. And then if I go to League Home, you can scroll down, you can see that I was successfully able to drop a player, but I haven't been able to add. And the thing that's annoying to me is it's not even giving me like no messages are coming up to say anything. Free agency doesn't open until the 5th, bud. Nice. Okay. 100. Do ISM. Cool. I don't even know if I want to be grateful to these dudes. Sometimes they're fucking assholes about shit. Um, am I on the clock? This league, they're way more fucking dicky over in my little surfing artificial turf league. Like I won't be surprised if it's not long till I hear some fucking transphobic, homophobic shit and have to be like, hello, I'm fucking sitting here minding my goddamn business. So how about you try the same? Like that is that type of thing where like there's just like the like that edgelord shit talk where you're right on the cusp of saying some shit I can tell. And I don't want to get sucked in. All right, so I'm definitely not taking Camryn Bynum since I don't fucking know what's happening there. Let's look at my team in this league. This was what was next on the to-do list with y'all. I fucking autoed. I mean, I grabbed Patrick Mahomes. I was there for that. And then I guess I timed out and it took Trent Williams for me, and I'm not sad about that. Second round pick 5, I'm not sad about that. But then because I timed out, it autoed the next one, two, three, four, five, and I think I stupidly actually came in. It was like I came in, took off the auto, and then took Darius Leonard, and then found out like 2 hours later he was injured. So fucking sucked. But it autoed me Chase Young. I'm fucking bummed about it. Like I'm literally bummed. Like that's my third round pick. I just basically threw it up in the air and shot it. Like I wouldn't have picked Jeffrey Simmons in the 4th round either. And it just sucks because you're looking at the history and you're seeing like what was going after these players, and you're like, I would have taken all of those guys. But it just kept me on auto. It happened a bunch more in this too. It autoed me Bakhtiari. I just wouldn't have taken him in the fucking 5th round. He's not gonna play for a while. And then Wyatt Teller, I can't really be that sad about. Donovan Smith, I made this too. Actually, I made these. No, I didn't take Wyatt because I wouldn't. That was okay. That's when I came back. I was like, did I really just auto a guard in the 6th round? Because I need if I knew sooner, I would have came and grabbed Edge. I wouldn't have fucking. So I'm pretty pissed about this. Obviously, these two picks are great. You want your QB1 and your tackle, the highest rated tackle. I'm not gonna cry about that. I don't even mind the Simmons pick really, but Chase Young in the 3rd round is like, if I lose, it's what this is why. And then like having Bakhtiari as like not even a tackle too because he's a fucking depth piece for now. It's just whatever. I would love Bakhtiari in like round 12. I tell her, yeah, sure. So, you know what? So then I came in and I was like, well. Bakhtiari can't play, so I'm gonna grab Donovan Smith. He was sitting there around seven. I'm absolutely smashing that. And I was like, I'll take a linebacker. Guys, just don't even take linebackers at this point. Just don't. Just kill yourself instead. Don't do that. Sorry. I I just what I'm trying to say is I'm frustrated with how the linebacker position rates out, and I'm frustrated that I went and was like, oh, Darius Leonard is a relatively high rated linebacker. I'll take one of those. No, I can't fucking pretty sure he's injured or something. No, who would know? Because there's no player news. Um, I'm salty about getting autoed for so long. I did actively select George Kittle. I told everyone in the last videos like if I'm gonna go ahead and grab a TE1, I'm just not gonna use a two tight end formation. I'm gonna just have a one elite tight end and punt tight end. And I actually now have Hunter as my tight end too. I know my team's probably in the chat like this fucking whatever because it's like, oh, you took 9 minutes to make a pick. It's like, bro, we started this draft 2 days ago and we're already in round 42. Like my other draft took like 2 weeks, bro. Grab Von Miller again. I'm not gonna pass that shit up in the 10th round. And then I grabbed Devonta Smith, who I think has a lot of promise. And I started doing some crazy shit because I was like, fuck it, I'm experimenting. I grabbed Sauce. I judged the shit out of someone from my last draft for doing this, but I was like, the ceiling's pretty high for him. Um, then I grabbed Josh Allen. So really, technically, my starting edge is going to be Josh Allen and Von Miller with Chase Young as a depth piece. I guess it could be worse. It really could be worse. And then my cornerbacks, I probably won't start Sauce week one, but having Kendall Fuller, it's like I'm not gonna cry about that. Now my guards are Marpet and Teller. I loved grabbing Marpet because I didn't really like my Teller pick. So my fucking auto Teller pick when Marpet was still on the board and I got him in round fucking 15. Okay. Then I did grab Shaq Barrett. Oh, I got a Slack coming in. Am I supposed to be in a meeting right now? Oh shit. Hold on a second. I do have a day job. Okay. That was just a little freaky because that I don't really have managers. I work in like a flat company. And the person who DM'd me was arguably my manager, and he never really, but he doesn't give a shit what I'm doing. So, I mean, I do my job enough, is what I'm saying. So I was like, why is he messaging me? Then I went and I got sauce and I grabbed Brisker. I'm stupid. I don't care. I don't care. I feel like these dudes are gonna rate out high eventually. I don't know. This draft to me is what I'm intrigued to see how I do in this league. I'm intrigued. So then I get Hurts. Now I have Mahomes and Hurts. Why'd I do this? I don't know. Because I love Hurts better than Mahomes, but I couldn't not pick Mahomes. You got the fourth pick. I should have just grabbed Garrett. The fourth pick in the first round. It's like there's so much value sitting there. So round 18, Jalen Hurts coming to me. I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking taking him. A Woozier to go with Sauce and Fuller. Love that. I'm not sad about that shit. Uh Hunter Renfro. Pretty sure. No, I had Devonta Smith for the youth. So I feel like Renfro actually will be my wide receiver one, especially with Adams coming. I think Carr can sustain some really highly rated PFF wise wide receivers. Christian Barmore I took for the youth. Lacking Tomlinson, I needed good depth at guard. DJ Jones kind of balance out my Barmore pick. Von Bell, that's my supplement to Brisker. So actually probably my safety one. I'm fine with Von Bell as my safety one. It could definitely be worse, but it should definitely be better. Josie Jewell again, I'm not gonna pass him up. It's around 25. He's gonna crush. Levante David, who, as some of y'all know, someone's trying to trade me in an RSO league for a third round pick, and I'm really thinking about it, y'all. I mean, the age sucks, but like, I don't know, for 1 year, whatever. All right, then I grabbed Demario Davis because I'm at this point, remember, all I really had was Darius Leonard, and then at this point, I realized he was injured. So I'm like, I'm gonna just stack up a bunch of mid linebackers. Everybody else already grabbed whatever they needed, so let's just do it. Calais Campbell again. So it's a little bit of repeats there. It's just hard to pass up the value on some of these dudes like Von Miller, like Josie Jewell, Calais Campbell. You know they're gonna rate high. I don't really care about his age. Um, It is freaky though. Man, now I regret that shit. As soon as you open it, sleep 36, you're like, damn, fuck. I was able to grab Darsa. That was a huge goal for mine for a second draft, so I feel hyped about that. And then round 30, Mac Jones sitting there. And I'm just like, I pity the fool that has not chosen him yet, from these other teams. So I can't be worried about quarterback. It was like, what's going to be the worst case scenario? Mahomes goes down, and then I have Hurts. Then what? Hurts goes down, then you got what? You know what I mean? Like, I just can't worry about it. It's too highly rated. I need it. So I did it. Brian Allen for my starting center. Jaron Curse to go with Von Bell and that's it. Von Bell and Brisker. Not sad about that. David Andrews for my center too. Then I started grabbing other wide receivers to go with Devonta Smith and Hunter Renfrow. That's right. Mike Evans, Brandon Cooks. Why not? Frankie Levelwood wrapping out the linebacker position with him. I wanted my Louis Vuitton baby, and I got him. And I went ahead and grabbed Justin Tucker because if a kicker one is sitting there, we're doing it. Check this shit out. Round 38, Stephon Gilmore. Keep that shit in mind when you're drafting. I definitely, I guess, reached for him in the last draft because people don't think about him. They forget to think about him. They're sorting by snap count, they're sorting by grade, whatever. They're sorting by season score. They forget about him. So just keep that in mind. I went ahead and grabbed Tony Pollard as my RB1. Tight end two, Hunter Henry with Kittle as a starter. So hopefully and I'll have a solid backup. Kittle's gonna go down. But that's a solid. Henry's my tight end one on my other team, so yeah, I felt good. Adrian Phillips starting. Safety. Let's real quick just look because I was gonna grab Ward, Brisker Bell. I don't think I want to grab another safety here. I think what I want to do is either get a guard or my running back too. All right, let's just go ahead and grab Ramondre. And then we'll think about then Terrace goes. You seen that? Damn. Cause I don't really know shit about Ben Powers, to be honest with you. I just need another guard. And I don't trust these now. It's kind of sucks, but like I really can't trust based on the other bug, like he's hitting all the snap moves. But look at this shit. What the fuck you mean, zero? With an 87 grade with a blue. So this score is not accurate. I could do the math to see how many points that would be. Maybe I should just grab him. So, to an extent, I'm starting to think about these rankings more where like something's wrong with their math on some of these cards. I don't know if it's wrong on some, it's wrong on all. But then you're like, maybe the rankings are more accurate, and if you're sorting by other things, you're missing things that whatever their algorithm isn't missing because you're using what you think are smart tactics of filtering. It's just disappointing, man. It definitely it impacts the way I make choices. Like, all right, so I have a choice to make. I grabbed DeAndre Hopkins on my other team, um, and I look at all these. I just feel like the Cardinals are such a mess, and everyone knows it, and that's why all these dudes are sitting here. I'm considering grabbing Max Williams next, so I can have a little more time to look into possible guards. But yeah, I also don't want to reach on a guard. I feel like everybody got their shit. So, you know, you know what I'm saying, man? What else do I need at this point? No freaking quarterback. Grab. I'm glad I grabbed the RB2 in this round. That was smart. Maybe I should go ahead and grab Max Williams if he makes a return. Or do what I did in the last league and take a shot on a rookie. Pretty pissed I went ahead and dropped John Bates when I can't even add another player. So I just dropped him for no reason and like who knows in preseason he could be fucking amazing and I gotta do a betting war with someone. Like I threw a little bit of a draft. I think he was my last pick. But yeah, he was my 53rd pick, so not too sad about it, but definitely a little bit of a bummer to have dropped him for no reason. Maybe grab a center three. I definitely need another guard. I need one more wide receiver, so I could choose between Hopkins and Hollywood Brown. I love Hopkins again. I might just grab him. Um, Maybe I take them both. Why not? I need the depth anyway. And I think we decided in the last one that having more depth at corner makes sense, and probably some more depth at safety. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is since both of these dudes are sitting here, I will take whoever falls to me. I'm gonna wait on Ben Powers. I'm gonna grab Jimmy Ward for my safety depth, and I'm gonna call it a day at safety. Jimmy Ward's too good to have there. Grab James Conner. Clear Herbert's still there. Okay, now I am targeting Jalen Mills for eventually. How many defensive interiors I have? I have all four, but I have this age issue basically, and I am targeting. I can't say his name, man. Phineas and Ferb here. Fidarian Matthews. Um, that's actually a pretty name, dog. Fidarian. I like that shit. Now that I'm like able to say it. When you first look at it, you're like, that's a lot of eyes. But it's only two. So targeting him. There's still so much value at wide receiver. That's kind of why I don't really want to reach on anyone. It's just like Tyler Lockett is gonna be fine. Michael Thomas will be fine. Oh, let's grab Michael Thomas. Hell yeah, fucking that's who I'm taking next, bro. Good. No questions asked, my guy. No questions asked. Yeah, I went ahead and got Tolbert and Thornton in my last draft because why the hell not? All right, let's tag next dude up and he changed his name. All right, and let's call it. It's been 50 minutes. Oh, you know what? Before I call it, let's see if my other draft started. Not yet. I don't know what their deal is. These are, I think everybody in this league, it's their first time. Um, this league, the I think the color schemes are probably helpful for folks. This league is definitely like some. There's actually repeat dudes in this league from the Any Given Sunday league. This is a little more experience. And my Letterkenny league, I'm hype about. I'm just excited to be in it. Um, this dude need to change his name because he's not fitting in. But yeah, I think it's a little bit newer. I was like, let's get a Slack, let's get this. They're like really not paying attention. So I think they're supposed to add me. Oh, maybe we can do my RSO draft pick real quick before I leave. Yeah, I can't do that. Third and fourth is pretty good for a late fourth. I'm not gonna offer more than that. Third and fourth. Nah, you offered me a fourth and a fifth. Well, can I even see? I don't even know if it's gonna let me see what the initial trade was. All right. What do you say? What do you know, huh? Does it tell me just offers? Nah, I don't know if it keeps that information. But basically where I'm at in my RSO draft, I'm on the clock and somebody offered me, I can go back and I have the film on this actually. I'm pretty sure he offered me a future fourth and fifth for my current fourth. I'm like almost 100% positive. I need to go check the tape on that though, because he's like, I'm not a third and fourth is a great offer for a future third and fourth is a great offer for a current fourth. It's like, yeah, if that's what you offered me, then yeah, but I'm pretty sure he didn't. I'm pretty sure it was a fourth and fifth. Um, but all right, I'm still gonna wait to smash this until we see. Catch you on the flip.